you guys are not on that same language. If she says ignore, that means back up. Instead, some fellas be like, okay, ignore, no contact, blocking, not there, disappearing. Okay, I gotta go harder. I gotta get closer. Oh, what do I do now? Panic mode. But instead, when you go ahead, understand that game, fellas, it's like, okay, bet. Dude, what is up, my BBossBaddies and my bad mom fellas? It is your girl Bosana, and welcome BBossArmy. So fellas, today your girl is so excited to deliver this video because I've been waiting, because I have a lot of like how to get her back videos, and this topic is something that I can literally like talk about other things that I haven't. And also for the people that are new and didn't get the chance to hear all the things that I would say for you to get her back, all those things, y'all don't have to worry, because I do normally go over things that I've said anyways and bring it onto this topic that I will be talking about as well. Okay, so that number one thing, I will jump right into it. But of course, did you guys give this video a big thumbs up? Thank you. Happy Friday, by the way, you guys. I hope you guys stay safe. Don't get too crazy. Have fun. Enjoy your weekend, but be safe for sure. Take care of yourselves and don't get too caught up with the females. Okay, you know, have fun with your boys or by yourself. All right. So fellas, this number one thing, oh wait, hold on, I do have two other channels, just had to say that. So this number one thing, I'm gonna actually just say it to you guys because I have so much explained, and honestly, you guys have to keep watching to get every single point that I have to say. All right, so the number one thing is speaking her true language. So the first thing that I really want to go ahead and start off with is that a lot of fellas don't understand the woman language, the language that women speak to them by their actions. So nowadays, guys are on a different page than what women are on. So you can almost say a lot of women are in their own world, but now I'm talking about how women only will show how they like you when they want to. But then when, you know, they're telling you they'll show you more, they'll tell you they'll be there, or they're faking their interest, it's a big problem. Her actions can't show it. And so when she speaks her language is speaking, I can't do too much more. And then what I'm going to say to you is not speaking real language because my actions doesn't back it up. And so in all reality, fellas, are you following? It's getting to a point where women have their own language, and that's what became feminist, right? Feminist movement, all that stuff has changed. Well, let me not say it's changed. Let's say the definition has changed, because nowadays women are going against men, using feminist movement to have so much hatred towards men, and it's making them basically create this whole language where it's like, okay, well, if you're not doing these things, it shows me this, it tells me that. So ultimately, the things that you might not hear me say too much about is like maybe money will touch on and things like that, but purpose and all these type of things, we know what it takes to get women nowadays. Purpose, money, status, all those. Okay, that's not my point. It's down to how fellas don't understand that them being themselves, that's not important. Nowadays, with the modern day, it's not. Now, yes, you might come across a woman that it could be important, and you can be doing actual genuine things, actual, like a regular, you know, I can say it, like a regular person doing things and getting the same actions, respect, treatment back. You can do that possibly, but with the modern day woman, the language has to be spoken the same. And so before I get into how you guys can start speaking the same language as a woman, you guys do, as I was explaining, have to understand the concept of you guys are not on the same page. In order to have her back, she has to understand that you're understanding why she even left you in the beginning, or why she wasn't showing interest, why she wasn't there. And for my fellas that are maybe just watching to know how to get a woman, maybe this can help you in that forum. Just understand, you have to know why she's not into you. So those areas, those are kind of the basics, because women expect you to be on your purpose, be on your grind, and all those things. So let's say that's out of the picture. Check out my other videos to get more info. So now your focus is, okay, well, her actions is telling me that she's not that interested, right? Her actions telling me that she's leaving, ignoring, no contact, blocking. So all that showing and speaking to you fellas, that is your chance to go and say, okay, well, your language is this. Maybe you told me you love me. Maybe you told me you weren't interested in me. Maybe you told me, you know, come here, you know, you love me, hugs, kisses when you see me. Maybe she'll ask for a little bit, but still show you so much love. But It doesn't matter because her actions will still be, I will go cheat on you. I will put you in no contact before you put me in no contact. I will go ahead and disrespect you and treat you in so many other ways, but it's all showing that me and you are not speaking the same language, and this is what proves the point. A woman will disrespect you, treat you wrong, do no contact, all these harmful things, all these bad traits, all these negative things, and fellas will still stay. First of all, there's no way she's gonna come back because you couldn't even pass the line of what? Not past the line of just showing her you know why she left. Now, fellas, I'm talking a little bit slower. Just for, a lot of you guys tell me I talk fast. So I'm slowing down, but trust me, if it's low, let me know because I have no problem picking up the speed, especially because I do have always things to say. So it's like, what's going to come out first? And then sometimes they rush. Anyways, besides my point, back to this. Let's talk about how now once you know why she left, why she's not interested, you had that in check, you fixed it, you're now on your purpose, good stuff. Now you understand women, now you understand that she wants this, she wants you to react a certain way. Now this is the part where the fellas can't, and it could be you, that fella can't do even just no contact now. Can't even ignore, can't even ghost, can't even disappear. They won't go nowhere. This is the part where y'all are stuck. And that's where you guys don't speak no longer the woman's language. And that is why you guys cannot get on the same page as her. Because you guys are not on that same language. If she says ignore, that means back up. Instead, some fellas be like, okay, ignore, no contact, blocking, not there, disappearing. Okay, I gotta go harder. I gotta get closer. Oh, what do I do now? Panic mode. But instead, when you go ahead, understand that game, fellas, it's like, okay, bet. That's what she wants to do. It's not going to be necessarily 2 plays this game because forget the match and the energy. It's going to be, okay, well, I'll take 10 steps back too. More than her. Double it. Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and wrap up because I just want to simply say this topic is about you guys getting the energy and the vibe of a woman. I will keep elaborating. So, hey, you guys, hope you got that #1 message. If you're on the same page, matching her energy, not that I would recommend that, but I know because you guys want her back, you got to probably still stick around. It's going to be tough, but most definitely she wants you to toughen things up. And this is the next part and the last part we'll talk about. You guys want a part 2? Let me know. And the next part is that the toughening it up. You guys, are you following its steps? I'm already here. I hope those other things, that the purpose, the basics, knowing why she left, not interested, those things, I hope you guys are covering it, fixing it, working on it. I hope it's gone because we have to stay here. You guys have to be here. And this is the part where women won't even give you the time of the day, not even a single pinch. Because it's like, y'all, it's like level 6 and y'all are on 1.5. And I'm not saying in a rude way. This is reality, right? A lot of girls will maybe look at you. You might have did a big accomplishment and then now you just fell off for a week or something and she cuts you off. Boom. She looks at you as level number 3 now. So it's like, I know it's always like, okay, well, do I always have to stay on top? Yeah, with modern day, kind of. But that's besides my point. My point is that, yes, with women, if you don't keep up, and not the fact that you have to stay on top, but if you don't keep up knowing what she wants, where you can play your own game fair, then you're going to sink. So when you sink, you're gone, right? Like a simp. I'm sorry if it sounds harsh. Or it could also just be she'll keep you around, string you along, maybe break your heart a few times. Yes, I could keep going. Right. So now back to this point, this last point of ours, fellas. Understand this. When you're on this next level, there's way more stuff. That's for the other videos. But this level, after completing what I've been speaking about, y'all got to get that. You got to toughen up. And this is where your emotional strength, let's say it like that, your masculineness in here and in here is going to be ultimately put to the test. And this is why a woman will want to come back, because now you then went ahead and showed her you can, obviously the other good stuff, status, improvement, definitely, like I said, knowing why she left, why she's not interested, and then you go ahead and show that mentally you can physically and mentally, I have to go back to physically, right? But no, you don't want to be around here. You don't want her. You're not interested. You mentally can say, well, you came back into my life. Hey, maybe in your case, y'all went back into her life, but you just know your expectations change and you're going to live up to it now. You are not going to be falling down for her traps. You're not going to be getting walked all over. You're not going to take no more BS. And so now the emotions that she knows you probably can handle, and I say this because, fellas, can you get a grip of yourself? You got to understand that you have to as a man. I know, like, it's like tough, like, well, hey, my emotions. Trust me, fellas, I will have mental health videos for men. If that's a great idea, tell me if it's a great idea, because I feel like I really am somebody that talks strongly about mental health just in general, not on this channel, but for sure just like, you know, something I care about strongly. So I'm just saying back to you guys, right? I feel like, you know, women do not look out for your emotions. So now back to this, if you don't have your emotions together, fellas, it's down to, okay, you're not considered a man. Yes. And then when you're not considered a man, you get treated less than, but then you have moments where you're manly. So it's almost like the moments where you can't keep your emotions together, the moments where she's destroying you or telling you, I don't even want you back, or I'll never want you back. Sometimes some woman will be rude and say, another woman will never want you. When it gets to that moment with women, it does not matter for you fellas to worry, because you don't. And I say it like this. She's only testing you. But if you stay strong in the moments where you're weak by just at least disappearing, now understanding, you match her energy. When she was mad about something, she cut you off for 2 days. She was gone for a few weeks. So instead, when you guys were mad, you didn't cut her off. If anything, you started speaking to her faster, like texting quick, replying back quick, calling faster, making sure you don't miss a call. So when you guys don't understand a woman's language and you cannot speak her language, which is actions, 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 her actions are going to speak. What she says through her mouth, don't listen a single damn thing, because her teeth, what comes? The air, I love men. Or you're my guy. You know what? Just wait for me. Or I just don't know. It's not you. Like all that, fellas. You got to be quick to run. You're not speaking a language of a woman, because a lot of fellas are also speaking a simp language. Now, back to my last point, because there's other points I could always, you know, get on and stuff. But hey, let me know if you want the part 2. I will for sure do that. But now relating back to our last point and how simps and emotions, they align so perfectly, because the simp does things based on the woman, based on her feelings, her needs, her wants, all that stuff. Never his, most times never ever close to him, thinking about how does he feel? Would this hurt again? Why should I do it? And I laugh because it's like, you guys have to get that. If you don't wake up yourself, you won't understand that. Well, you do understand it, but you won't understand that, okay, well, it's not going to change, right? Sometimes it takes so many years and stuff like that, but the idea is to not be stuck on the time you wasted on the woman, but to move forward and see what you can improve on. And so when we have Sims and it aligns so well with emotions and women testing you guys, the shit test is always going to happen. Even if it's not from the woman that you want back or the woman that does want you back, when you go into the dating world, when you go into dating scenes, the clubs, there is absolutely women always that are going to give you that type of attention, or you know how it goes, right? You're going to have to maybe do a little bit of something, do a little bit of that leads you to maybe something that you already experienced with a woman before, or you didn't want to experience. And it's like, what do you do now, fellas? And that's why it's so important to have your emotions in check. And I really just want to throw out the fact that you're a man, because that's how women do it. Not that I want to, hey, and I'm looking out for my man's feelings, but I'm just trying to say that for sure, y'all gotta get that your emotions, the needs, the expectations y'all want from a woman to do to help you, especially like women want theirs, there's not even a chance. And so you guys have to get, like, those are the reasons why she probably left you to begin with. Now, to really wrap up, just to help you guys out, especially the guys that watch until the end, from this video, ask yourself, what are the things that made her probably leave? And I said this in the beginning of the video, but now it's more in the sense of like, what areas did you feel like, okay, you always went back and didn't completely change it? So emotional stability, right? Because the last thing we were talking about was emotional stability. If that's one area where you feel like, okay, I have not improved, I only improved in certain weeks, certain hours, certain months, but you know, I noticed that it's just a weakness. And you might have also noticed she leaves you every single time that you guys get in a fight, and maybe after every single time your eyes get watery, or hey, you're crying or telling her don't leave me, or there's so many different things that can happen. Or you can be the angry type, the I will, you know, you won't let her go and she's just so tired, like it could be different types. Not to say that part won't work, but you know how it goes, where it could be really, really desperate looking and very thirsty and very crazy. So aside from all that part, I want to wrap up to say that just keep in mind what you are not doing correctly, because those things can catch up to you, and most likely they'll always catch up to you, and that's why it keeps happening. So if you are not really working within yourself, really inside, fellas, even having her back is not going to be really worth it, because you're going to go through the same cycles over and over, most likely. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. Y'all want more like this, let your girl know. That part too, let your girl know. You guys will see me in my next video. Bye, guys.